what have been, and everybody's different. We know that, right? Like in terms of your genetics and your body, your makeup, your build. And since you did gymnastics for 10 years, you're probably predisposition to certain traits or qualities in your physique, right? But what have been kind of your go-to exercises or moves for building the rear end, for building the booty, like prior maybe to knowing more about the glute program?
Oh, that's a good question. So prior to knowing, my go-tos were deadlifts, straight leg deadlifts, and kickbacks. Those were my three main ones that I would usually do. Yeah.
So standard or traditional deadlifting, because of, I guess at the top of the lift, you really feel the engagement of the glute, right? The squeeze as you extend the hip. And then, stiff leg, you said, which obviously just a variation, a stiffer leg. And then a glute kickback or a donkey kick type move, which is definitely more of an isolation, more glute specific movement there. And okay. So, and then let me ask you the same question after becoming familiar with the glute program that Brian created and you going through, and we're going to talk about that day of like creating the program, because that was an interesting day. But what did you learn from that day in terms of how to train the glutes properly?
So I learned going through that weight isn't necessary to be sore. Right. I always thought, the heavier the lift, the more sore you are, and then the more sore you are, the bigger butt you're going to get.
Right.
That day, I think what made me the most sore is when we were laying down on the blue mat and I was going through all the exercises, holding them. Yes. That was the worst. Yeah. I'm so glad there's editing because I was like crying and laughing at the same time. So it hurt so bad and I was shaking and it's visibly
But you
shaking.
had like a smile on your face. You were such a trooper. I remember every time we'd like get to a breaking point and like gave you a moment to like recoup. Recover. You just handled like a champ. And we did, I mean, the audience listening, I don't know if they can even appreciate the Unlock Your Glutes program that we're going to be talking a little bit more about it, that Amanda is the featured model, the featured glute, that's in the program. We did the 4 main the core workouts of the glute program that day, along with, if you remember, 2 strong leg bonus workouts that come with the glutes program. So when you get Unlock Your Glutes, you get these 2. And so you did 6 full-blown workouts that day. I can only imagine the soreness, because I think some of us here reached out to you like in the days afterwards, like, how are you feeling, or what, or you even just like were like, what was that like? Just like the day of, that night, the next day, what did it feel like? So I was so shocked during the workout. In the video, back to your original question of the 3 main ones that I really liked after doing the group program. Yes. So excuse my lack of terminology because fine. I can't remember. I'll tell you. It's
when I'm laying on the black thing, like with my chest down and my feet behind me, and I had to pull up.
So the glute ham raise.
Yes.
Machine,
on the black
they call them a GHR or glute ham raise. Yes.
So I had to do that without weight.
Yes.
And it got to the point where I couldn't even use my muscles, and Brian had to lift my shoulders up to help me fully contract because I couldn't do my by myself anymore.
And at that point, you had already done quite a few things leading up to that. So it was amazing. It was a full 8 hours, I think, of filming with some breaks in there, but it was nonstop activity for the glutes. But it's a testament also to the strength of that part of the body, what they can actually endure. And you did, it was almost like a 50-50, maybe 75-25 split of body weight to gym exercise. Yes. A majority of what you did, I guess, was body weight based or with bands or something, more what people would consider lightweight.
Oh.
But like you said, the holds, those isolated holds were like the killers.